Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now,
Google
let
Play.
us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 434.
Sexiest podcast on the network, 440, wait, what number are we on?
Sure,
434 times in a row.
That's how sexy. We've 10 more times than we've even have episodes. Or not
All
10
right.
times, 10 more episodes than we have. I can math,
Like-
I promise.
Yeah. How you doing, Brian?
Been weird.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, it's no secret I have a real funked up, like, sleep schedule, but, this week's been something like I had like 4 days where, or three or 4 days where I had to get up early for stuff.
Right.
And, it just threw me all out of whack. So then later I'm like, oh, I'll take me a little napsies, catch up.
Like you do.
And then basically I'd take like an hour or two a nap and just be like, I have all the energy back. And then I'd be up until noon the next day.
Man, those are some good ass naps you're taking, man.
Yeah, right. And then I'd sleep from like noon until 10 o'clock at night or so, or later. I just couldn't get enough sleep then.
Right.
It was like my body's like, oh wait, 2 hours isn't enough to power you through.
That's what you think.
I guess. I don't know, man. So basically I've been sleeping all day, and then being up all night, which seems like my normal schedule, but literally like before it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes I'm up at noon, sometimes I'm up at 3. Lately it's like, yeah, I'm getting up about midnight,
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm staying up until like noon, 2 o'clock, and then I'm like exhausted and sleep until, whenever. So yeah, it's weird. I go through this every once in a while. I don't know if it's like, seasonal, like has anything to do with like seasonal depression or the weather change or something. I don't know what causes it, but and luckily, I don't work, so it's not a massive deal, except that, it worries people. And,
well, yeah, for sure. Right.
Because, staying in bed it seems like I'm staying in bed all the time, but I'm not. It's just, I'm not, and like I'm in opposite hours of everybody else completely, instead of there being overlap, now there's like no overlap,
Right. Yeah.
But, but when it's going to really kick me square in the junk is like, I have a doctor's appointment, Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday this week, and I think it's scheduled for like 10:15, whereas it's like, well, I could just stay up, and it's like, I really don't want to keep doing that.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. I
have a simple solution to help you sleep.
Cast iron skillet to the dome.
I have 2 simple solutions to help you sleep.
Well, what's the other one?
Cast iron skillet to the dome.
Right. Fire.
Copious amounts of delicious bourbons.
Oh, I hadn't considered delicious bourbons.
I mean, it's not quite sleep. It's more like your body just quitting.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Because boy, howdy, after you wake up from that, you certainly don't feel refreshed.
No,
but,
completely unrefreshed.
But it would get the job done.
Boy, would it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's really sucked because I've done nothing, because then like I get up and I've got energy to do stuff, but I'm also like I need to get some pictures taken for eBay, but you really want to do that when there's, natural light to use also, so that you get better pictures, so I'm like,
it's the first time I've ever heard you say you need a natty light.
A Natterdays, maybe. That's what I need. I need to go get me a 30 a Natterdays.
Yeah, baby. That'll set you straight.
Drank that straight down. Woo! No.
Woo, doggy.
God, I can't imagine drinking that many of those. Oh my God, the sweetness. I'd die of the beatus first.
Yeah, for sure you'd get the beatus as well as the liver damage.
Well, at that point, I mean, whatever, You're living it up. It's every day's Natter Day then.
Yeah, right. I'm surprised that's not a shirt.
Dude, it better be. If it's not, they're missing out big time.
Yeah, live every day like it's Natter Day.
Yeah. Don't work for the weekend. Don't work for the weekend. Work for Natter Days.
Nice. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Are you listening to us, Natty? Whoever makes you, whatever big corporation owns you, by Disney.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's very, very much a family brand.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
That's why they went with Natter Days. It's a little nicer way of looking at being an alcoholic.
It's like lighthearted. I mean, look at the can; it's all like pink and pastel and very light.
Like, clearly he's harmless, even though he's pissing right in the middle of a public park.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He said he's going to hop in the car and drive home and probably beat his family.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you do.
Yeah,
man.
damn Mickey Mouse.
Just rolls his imaginary sleeves up.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Oh, man. So realistically, that's basically been my week, man. Like,
Struggling with sleep.
yeah. And then last night I got up and I'm like, all right, like, cause I know, like, with depression, after a few days, like, I have to get up and kick myself in the ass. Cause if I don't, it's going to turn into a week, you know?
Right.
Which can turn into longer as it has in the past a few times. So I was like, so I got up last night, you know, I was like, all right, shower, fresh clothes. That, you know, that always makes, you know, there's something about that. Like, for anyone out there with depression, you know, probably knows what I'm talking about. I mean, for anybody in general, but, you know, especially like when you're fighting depression, there's something about, like, I can't remember who it was I was listening to, and they talked about how a shower is their test. Like, if they get up and they take a shower and are like, let's go, then they're fine. But if after a shower, they're kind of like, you know, maybe jammies in the couch and sad movies all day, or I don't know, listening to the Smiths or whatever it is us depressed people do.
The Smiths.
You know, you know, and I can understand that, because there's days where, like, if you go take a shower and you're still nope, it's not going to be a good day for you, you know?
Right.
So anyway, so I did that last night and came out fresh as a daisy, you know, and, you know, had my beard all earled up and, nice and soft, because, after listening to an episode of The Crazy Life where I talk about my annoying, skin dermatitis stuff a little bit, Cheeto Bandito recommended a beard wash for me, and that he's used to kind of have some of the, you know, cure up some of that he had. So I went and got that, and boy, I'll tell you, it's, you know, it's amazing how much using something that's actually, you know, kind of formulated for your face is so much better than using, I don't know, just harsh.
Yeah, like Irish Spring.
Yeah. Well, what I was using before was basically like whatever shampoo I was using. I just, you know, just wash the beard at the same time, you know?
Was it one of those men's shampoos when it's like shaving cream / shampoo
No,
/ conditioner
no.
/ body wash / anal cleanse or whatever?
Well, I mean, you know, no, it was, no, I have one that's, that I got in a gift pack that was, you know, it's like Irish Spring, you know, it's just shampoo, conditioner, and then I have, like Head and Shoulders or something like that. But yeah, so actually I forgot, you know, anyway, so getting back to that, you know, I feel all like nice and clean and all that kind of stuff, and then I promptly sat down and proceeded to play Tales of the Borderlands and get nothing accomplished except for playing some video games. The part that sucks about the Tales of the Borderlands thing, I was playing it on my Xbox.
Right.
And I'm like, I swear I already beat this chapter, the first chapter of it. And then I remembered it was free on PlayStation Network at one time, the first chapter only. And the whole series I bought on Xbox because it was like $5 or something like that. And they're a fun playthrough. You know, any of those Telltale games have been pretty fun. Even though you don't do a whole lot, they're still pretty fun, you know. But so I was like, all right, so I played through the first chapter again. But, and honestly, the reason for it was I was waiting because Xbox has their Games Pass. You can get 3 months of it for $1. So, so I was like, well, I kind of have to do this.
Yeah, that seems like too good of a deal not to do.
And honestly, the main reason for it is that game. I don't know if you've seen it, called Outer Worlds.
Yeah, I've seen
that.
Like,
I really want to play that, and it's part of that. So,
nice.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I can, you know, dive into that a little bit and whatever. And then, of course, as I'm going through it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to add this to play later. Rocket League is in it and some other stuff. So I was like, cool, I'll give Rocket League a go.
We can actually play Rocket League because it's cross-platform.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you said that. Cool. Yeah. So, you know, I was like, this is pretty sweet. But, yeah, that's basically what I got accomplished with.
I mean, what you should be getting accomplished is shooting people in the face in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I would, but the
I'm
money
just saying.
fairy hasn't visited lately.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
T texted me yesterday. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be playing later today." When I text you guys that link for like the Black Friday deal, you know? He's like, "Oh yeah, I picked it up like a week ago. Haven't played it." And I'm like, "All right." And he's like, "I'm gonna be hopping on." And Friday I get up stupid early for work, and then I was running around like I didn't get to bed till I don't know, like 10 that night or something. It was just stupid. And so the next day I was still like, because I was up at my mom's. I didn't sleep. I slept like shit.
Awesome.
And, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to hop on later today." I'm like, "All right, just text me when you're getting on." He texted me. I was already out. It was like 9:30. I was like channeling my inner old man last night.
Yeah.
I was out on a Saturday at 9-something.
Nice. Rocking,
Yeah.
Partying it up. I mean,
in
fairness, I was too.
That's fair.
You want to talk about a rarity? We're both in bed and sleepies at 9:30. I mean, I got up like 3 hours later, but still.
Oh man, I felt like $1 million this morning though. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, but what was funny is I learned something a long time ago about, like, I beat myself up a lot mentally, and I've learned to where I've gotten it now to where when I have a few days where I'm going through like a depression cycle or whatever, that I'm kind of just like forgiving, like letting it go, like forgiving myself for not doing anything basically, because it's like, hey, realistically, the fact that I got up, showered, put on clean clothes, made myself something to eat, and then sat down and did anything was a huge step beyond what I had done the previous couple days, so
fair enough.
That's the way I try to look at it. Is a big win there is that it's like, okay, you got up, you did things, so. But I forgot, this week, actually, I went to my new therapist.
All right.
And, and that went really well. Like, I got along really well with her. I have a real sense that I've met her before.
Spooky.
I think she's probably near-ish our age or younger.
Right.
But she really feels like someone I've met somewhere before. Which could be good. As long as it's not someone I know, like, intimately or something like that, it's fine. It's like...
Oh, son, maybe you swiped right on her.
No. No, it's not from that kind of thing. But...
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was weird. Like, she's super nice. I like the fact that, she's real, real loose with her language like I am. So, I don't have to, have that, constant, remember not to cuss filter in my head.
Yeah. Right.
And, the only downside, she's super nice. I think her and I are gonna do good business, but I walked in the office and I'm like, wow, this is a lot of, the best way I can put it is there's a whole lot of not live, laugh, love, but that kind of platitude,
oh boy,
on everything. Pillows, it's painted on the wall. So there's
wake
like a poster.
up and be awesome.
Yeah, basically, which I get it, because the nature of the beast, the profession. Plus, honestly, sitting there listening to people just go bleh all day, I would imagine sometimes you got to look at that yourself to not go throw yourself in front of a bus, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm sure it takes its toll. But yeah, and it was, it was just really, really an odd experience. Like, my last therapist, I walk in, it's very much what you would expect from, I don't know, like an administrative office. There's a desk with a computer, there's a couple of chairs. They're not great, but they're chairs. There's a book, there's a bookshelf. That's basically the whole room. I walk in here and it's got a lot of that stuff too, but she's got more comfortable chairs that have throw pillows on them, and there's a fuzzy rug on the floor, and it's way more inviting than the last one. Not to, no reflection of the person, but just the room itself is this feels more comforting than a sterile kind of, like I said, in a minute, you almost felt like you were going for a job evaluation at the other one.
Black leather couch.
Right. Oh, I wish. No. Yeah, that's one of those things for those who haven't gone to therapy, at least in my experiences, through 4 different therapists now, there's no couch to lay on. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, bullshit.
It is bullshit.
I want to kick my feet up.
Exactly. I have one of those weird couches that has like no sides. It just has an incline on the one side.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Yeah.
So I can stomp my
Just
muddy
sit there.
boots on it and be like, "Fuck your couch!"
Yeah, fuck your therapy couch. Just charges you extra.
Yeah. Next time you come in, it's just the same couch.
Yeah.
Damn it. Or they just have like one of those like sheets over it. Not sheets. You know what I'm talking about? Like those covers for furniture.
Oh, I was thinking like the roll of crinkle paper.
Oh, yeah, basically.
Jabbed at the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, like, go ahead, kick away. And you're like, you're not supposed to give in to this.
Like, come on, doc.
I'm trying to rebel here.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, it was pretty awesome that, seriously, from, like, minute 1 of meeting her and going in there, everything felt relaxed and everything. That was great. The only thing that sucks was that I found out that there's, like, a third wing of the building I go to for my doctor's office and stuff that I didn't know existed. So now I have to learn another way out of that place. So before long, I'm going to know every pretty much escape route for that place because I'll have canvassed it well.
Just be like Jason Bourne and rip the fire map off the wall or whatever.
Yeah, if I'll tell you, I bet there would be people who are like, I don't know where to go now.
Right.
They have little signs that say, like, check out, with an arrow on it. The problem is where it points you to, then there's, like, a fork from there. And it's easy to miss that sign on another wall.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be fine. Like, she's like, I'll walk you out, and stuff, and I'll figure it out. But it's just weird, Because I'm like, how many more rooms are there in this place?
Like, Jesus, how big is this dungeon?
Seriously. Like, man,
where's the boss battle at?
It's like there's only 2 floors, and upstairs is like the dental part. Like so all the other doctor stuff is downstairs. I thought one way was the like medical doctors, and the other way was the mental health wing. But now there's this whole third area. I don't like it.
It's the inviting doctor's wing. All the offices are super comfy and cozy.
Right, and right beyond that's the morgue. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Why does the doctor's office have a morgue?
You can't save them all.
Yeah. Hey, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, yeah, and, it was cool, even though it was just, basically sitting down and, her just kind of getting a feel for how crazy I am. And whatever, so... but it was good. I felt good coming out of there. It wasn't any like, I don't know, like the very first therapist I went to was for, the state. I had to go, get an evaluation or whatever.
That show.
State was great. Yeah. But not so much.
I didn't know you tried out for it.
Yeah. You didn't know that. I was the original, to dip my balls in or whatever. Yeah.
Well, of course. That's why they let you. That's why they let you go. Like, you need to leave this interview, and then later, like, that's actually a great idea.
Yeah. Ken Marino was like, it's like, that guy was onto something.
I mean, sure, I had to throw my cup of coffee away, but
I mean, you didn't have to.
Yeah, and my Danish.
Yeah, and my girlfriend. And the security guard on his way out. Like, what the hell, man? Talk about leaving a wake.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that actually, I don't know how I almost forgot that. That's like the biggest thing of the week for me, obviously, is.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
And I didn't even go in with like having my last therapist, like, kind of bridge the gap. I just went in, just straight up myself and everything, like a big boy.
Yeah.
But
it's listen up, bitch. Here's my crazy stuff. Let's go.
Right. And she's like, that's it. No, it was. Yeah, it was good fun when you have a therapist ask you questions like, "Are you sure you processed your father's death? Wow, that's a lot of trauma from car accidents." And other assorted fun things you'll find in my upcoming book. So, yeah, that was, but again, I'm sure, it's funny, you always think whatever yours is the worst. meanwhile, I walked in and walk out, and she's probably like, "That guy was a delight."
That was so perfect. Way better than the guy that got fingered by his grandfather for 43 years.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah. Luckily, mine was only 42, and my grandpas were all dead when I was born. That's even weirder.
That's the weird part.
Yeah, that's where the twist on it.
Yeah, what a twist.
Oh my.
Oh my, indeed.
Actually, and that's the thing is, like, I kind of, the fact that I can explain myself fairly well, because, I've had a lot of time to think about most of this stuff, so probably helps, because they don't have to, like, pull information out of me, really.
Yeah, and it's,
doing the
it's like you've been working that muscle for a while now, so.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like it's the first time you've ever gone to therapy.
Yeah, also that, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh boy.
Well, and it's one of those things, I know this whole half hour, people are like, am I listening to The Crazy Life? No, you're not, but you should.
Yeah. Suck a dick there, see? They're not listening to Crazy Life. We'll drop in some of those every once in a while.
There you go. Yep, that'll straighten them out.
Right now.
I learned that, it's like when you go to the doctor, the best way for them to be able to do their job is if you're upfront and honest with them. So,
yeah, for sure, right?
It's like hiding things from your therapist seems like cheating when you're like practicing,
It seems like a waste of money.
Yeah, right. And time,
yeah.
Why am I sitting here if I'm not going to tell you the truth?
Yeah. Yeah. If I want to just talk to somebody, I'll just like go to a bar and take up the guy next to me or something.
Right?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Seriously. It's like going to the dentist trying to tell them that you actually floss, twice a day. They know.
Yeah. Oh, they know.
They know you flossed for like 3 days before the exam, and that's it.
Although the question I always get is this: are you a smoker? And I go, no. And they go, oh, coffee? Yes.
I get that too. And then I go,
coffee.
no. And they go, soda? And I'm like, there you go. I'm like, not as much now, but for a long, long time. Yeah. So, because they always go through coffee and tea first. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, no.
Like stouts?
I'll take a Bloody Mary if you got it.
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah, if you're just going down the drink menu.
Yeah.
What else you got? Some of that delicious
take a
bourbon?
meat.
Yeah, right. It's funny we said bourbon at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whiskeys.
God damn it, bourbon sounds really tasty right now.
Yeah, well, we can fix that problem. I mean, just saying.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm. Just saying, right? Just saying.
I mean, you have to have some bourbon sometime soon.
I'm
not taking those tranquilizers or the tranquilizers, muscle relaxers anymore. Those horse tranks. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, right. Boy, I can't get my sleep straightened out. I know what I'll do. Nope.
Yeah. No.
Wrong answer.
The forever sleep.
Yeah. Don't want
muscle relaxers and booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, in one of the Twitter groups I'm in, somebody mentioned, like I had mentioned, they said something about drinking or they were having bourbon, and I was like, have one for me, muscle relaxers, whatever. And the guy was like, oh, I'm on this and this, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not stupid.
Yeah, well, good luck to you, bro.
Yeah, like, no, buddy, like with the antidepressant I'm on, I shouldn't even be drinking, So I just got to be smart about it.
Yeah, exactly, right.
No more whacking down 30 natter days,
As sad as it is,
Bullshit.
No more whacking down the natter days.
Actually, I mean, as far as the alcohol content goes, I could.
Those things are actually a little higher than
they are.
I think people realize.
That's honestly the way most of those drinks are. Like, I remember, like, obviously we had our thing with, Mike's Hard Lemonade. I don't mean drinking it as much as I mean making fun of people who drank it.
Oh, absolutely.
And, but when you look at the alcohol content on those, you whack a few of those down, you're going to be feeling pretty good. I mean, they're...
Yeah, exactly. It's like those hard seltzers. So you can get crunked on those. No?
Oh, yeah. White Girl Wasted. That's the new White Girl Wasted.
It is. I know. My mom was drinking one earlier today, so... There you go.
There it is. Yep.
Although I'll be honest, every once in a while I grab, like when I go up to their house, I'll grab one.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't really want a beer. All their water right now is like warm. I kind of want like some booze though, and they are refreshing. I'm just saying they're refreshing.
I mean, you could just have a neat bourbon. That's nice and refreshing.
I don't think it's as refreshing and effervescent.
It certainly isn't. Yeah, even if
as
you were
seltzer.
to sully it up with soda,
right?
It'd be effervescent, but not refreshing.
No, not refreshing at all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to bourbon anyway.
No.
It's like that'd be like that's almost mean.
Well, cheap bourbon maybe. Maybe I said maybe.
All right.
I'm talking decent bourbon. I don't know what good bourbon is. I'm broke, so I can't afford good bourbon.
Yeah, but you can afford good cheap bourbon. Like I got a bottle of Wild Turkey up there. It's surprisingly delicious.
What and very festive for the time of year.
That's true.
Yeah.
I should have a little Wild Turkey on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
just
right. Yeah. When someone asks you, "Hey, Tony, do you want some turkeys?" Be like, "I brought my own."
Yeah, pull a flask out. Got my own, buddy. Thanks, though.
Everyone looks at Tony and goes, "All right, well, Tony's going to be the drunk uncle now."
Exactly. Got a pilgrim hat on for some reason.
Yeah. Well, why not?
Because that's how I celebrate.
Oh, no, you wouldn't have a pilgrim hat. You would have an Indian headdress on.
Excellent choice.
To really fit the thing, Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's just staring at you in horror.
Like what?
Whoa.
Y'all got prom?
You don't like my Pocahontas dress?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Terrible. So how about you? How's your week been?
Oh, man, it's kind of a weird week, I'll be honest. It's been good, though. Good so far. Strong. I actually, just today, Brian, I put an offer in on a house.
Oh, yeah?
Believe it or not. Yeah, I found a good one over in the neighborhood that's pretty okay, and it's like a nice old house of character like I like, and yeah, I'll have to, obviously, show it to you at some point if I obviously
remember
get the whole house set up, thing going.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But it's also weird because obviously it's Thanksgiving week, and Jeannie and the kids flew to California today. Gonna visit Neil and Annalise for a week.
Right.
Which is a little weird, I'll be honest.
Cool for them, but.
Cool for them, I mean, definitely cool for them. It's just weird for me because it's Thanksgiving week.
Have your kids ever been to California or out west before?
I've never been to California.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I just didn't know.
No, they have not.
Because I know, like me, the furthest west I've been is part of Illinois.
Right.
Just past Chicago, basically, as far as I know. That's as far west as I've been. So that's not very far west.
Yeah. I also have not made it past the Mississippi.
I was going to say, in fact, I don't even know that I would call it west.
Yeah.
I think you're still in the Midwest there. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're out there going to love life for a week in the California sun.
Yeah.
California.
Oh boy.
I know, right?
Boy. Yeah.
But I mean, my family already did our Thanksgiving, so I mean, there's that. But
yeah.
It's still a little weird.
Yeah, I would think so.
If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
But we did, we spent all day together yesterday, the kids and I, and we sat here, made brownies and played D&D and ate some pulled pork and just hung out all day. It was a nice little day.
As you do. Yeah, that does sound like an all right day to me, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was. It was good, clean fun.
All I need is, some refreshing bourbon in there, and then we all set.
I did find out a terrific story from my son.
Okay.
Yeah. He was telling me, because at my mom's house, they got a bar set up, and they got a little sink behind it.
Yeah.
Him and his cousins would always go back there and pretend they're bartenders because, my mom would keep little cups and little plastic cups right there so they could pour water and just pretend.
Yeah, right. Which is weird when he's 17, but, No, I know he's 18, yeah.
So we're all just sitting around talking, and he just offhandedly goes, "Oh, yeah, it's like that time Leah Megan, who's my niece, and we all got drunk on accident."
On accident?
And I was like, what? And he was like, "Oh, yeah, how Nana's got, she always, because my mom, despite the fact she does fine, still enjoys her boxed white wine."
Yeah. Your mom is is a basic white girl sometimes. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
I love her, but it's the truth. She's fine with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, we were all playing behind our bar, playing bartender. We thought it was a box of juice, so we were like mixing it with pop and stuff. And I'm like, how old are you? He's like, oh no, probably 7 or 8. It was like they're like, yeah, we went through a lot of that box until we saw Nana come over and fill up a wine glass, and we were all like, oh. Yeah, so that was a fun little story.
Well, that's fun. Well, you gotta get that first hangover out of the way when you're, 7 or 8. Shit. It reminds me of the lemonade.
Oh yeah,
at your house.
Oh boy. Yeah, my mom used to, for parties, make pictures of margarita for everyone. So you just pour it right in the glass,
Yep.
And I got home from school and I thought it was a pitcher of lemonade, and I poured a big old glass and took a big old slug of it down and immediately spit it out everywhere.
Yeah. And also the fact your mom does tend to have a heavy hand when she pours.
Yeah, she don't fuck around.
No. I learned that when we were up there for what was that? Oh, I think it was Jeannie's graduation. Like after everybody left, remember when she broke out the good booze?
Oh yeah, we're just hanging out at the bar.
Yeah. Well, also throughout the day, whenever she was like, "If there's anything up there you want to try, let me know." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah, right.
Because there was a lot I wanted to try.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I forgot what she made me later, and I was like, "Whoo!"
Yeah, heavy-handed sometimes.
Yeah. Luckily, I wasn't driving that night.
I don't know if I don't know anything about the house until obviously the people get the offer and accept it. And apparently, according to their realtor, they're very motivated to sell.
Yeah, that's because I heard about it. I showed up with some Tufts and bats.
Perfect. Thank you, Brian. I needed that.
Yeah, and of course, I made sure they were wearing shirts that said Goon 1 and Goon 2.
Well, naturally, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Meanwhile, every time they hit him, I just held up a sound thing that said "bow, biff, pow." So it basically just looked like an old episode of Batman. What people didn't realize was it was just brutality.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. Ugh.
Dude, no.
I know, right? I can't help it sometimes.
No.
It's the worst.
Bad Tony.
Yeah. So it was like it was an interesting day because like my parents wanted to look at the house before because Chuck.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at it. Let me get under a flashlight. And,
yeah.
Okay.
I bet Chuck's already hit you with like 3 floor plans of what he would do, right?
What? Yeah. He gave me some ideas. And, yeah.
I love Chuck. I
know.
It's just just who
he
is.
Does.
Yeah.
But we basically spent most of the day with them because they're like, oh, all right, we'll meet at noon at the house. And it was probably about 10 something. I got a text from my mom. Hey, we're heading to Tribes, which is a bar up the road from here. I don't know if I talked about the big dumb Bloody Mary that I got from there.
I don't remember if you did, but you certainly posted a picture of
what
might be the most ridiculous Bloody Mary I've ever seen.
Yes. Yeah, it was insane. Yeah. And they're like, do you want to join us? And at the time we were like, I was about ready to hop in a shower. And
you're like, of
housework.
course. Yeah.
And I'm like, we're doing a bunch of stuff. We'll meet you, just me. Okay, that's fine. Mm. So, we got everything done. We're just sitting on the couch BS. And I look at the phone. It's like 11. I'm like, let's just go meet my parents. So, had a Bloody Mary, not a big dumb one. Just had a regular ass Bloody Mary.
Oh, they have just a regular one too. Okay.
Yeah, you can just get a regular one without the crown of snack food.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so did that. Went to the house. Poor Michelle's such a lightweight. She had a gin and tonic and was like I need to drive all of a sudden. But we went to the house and looked at it for a while. And then they're like, hey, you guys want to go to lunch? So all right, we ended up going to that Bubba's. You and I went to. Didn't you and I go there? Yeah, we sat at the bar.
Yep.
I ended up going there and we probably hung out at Bubba's for like 3 hours or something, just BS with my parents. It was kind of nice. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then I was like, man, we got to go because I got this thing in the mail. Cabela's is having a big slipper sale, and I need slippers in my life.
If there was any shred of a doubt that you have full on embraced becoming an old man, I'm pretty sure that was the end of it.
Fuck yeah, dude. I've been looking for slippers for a while.
No, listen, I understand.
And they were so busted, I had to get rid of them.
I've got a pair that Jen bought for me years ago that they were just like, they were Old Navy ones, but they're so comfortable. But they've seen better days, so I'm with you. I'm kind of, I'll probably be in the market here before long too, so.
Well, let me tell you, don't make the mistake I made. Because Chuck was like, what are you going to drive all the Cabela's for slippers? I'm like, yeah.
Like, have you worn slippers? No.
I'm like, hey. He's like, well, just get some Skechers. They're amazing. I've got like 6 pair or something, you know? I'm like, and I'm sitting there, I look at him, I'm like,
he's like, I wear them on my hands around the house.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm like, DSW's right around the corner, and then the mall's there. I'm like, she's like, yeah, so we just ended up going to DSW.
Yeah. Dick Sucking Warehouse. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it should be, because it should be called the Disappointing Shoe Warehouse. Or Disappointing Slipper Warehouse.
I'm not going to lie. If there was a place called Disappointing Shoe Warehouse, I'd so want to go to that.
Yeah, for sure. I'd
love to
just
see.
To be disappointed.
Yeah, just to see the terrible shoes.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun visit, I think.
Man, their slipper selection sucked.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, let's go walk into the mall and we'll go to Dillard's. Terrible.
And the whole time you're like, I could have been at Cabela's by now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah. I'm like, we should just went to goddamn Cabela's.
Yeah.
So we came back to her spot and put her dog outside, and we drove to Cabela's.
Right.
We both got a pair of slippers, and my feet are so warm and comfy now.
Right. See, that's, yeah.
Because they have exactly, because I was telling her, like, I want the kind of slippers you put on and people look at you and are like, why isn't that man in a ski lodge right now? Wow. They got like the fur and the leather and,
Right.
So that's my jam.
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
I like ones that are just slip-on ones, like where, basically like Grandpa Simpson wears. Because I like, but it's weird because the ones I have like just enough of a lip in the back that they don't like slide off my feet, kind of a thing.
Right.
But it's like, it sucks because normally I wouldn't bother with slippers because, again, I'm usually really warm. But living in places like I do, like, there's no insulation underneath it. So, it does sit up off the ground a little bit, so nothing but cold. So the floors get cold through the winter. So you kind of have to have a pair. Either that or you're wearing shoes all the time or something. And I'm a man of leisure.
So I just want them so well, what if I want to shuffle to the end of the driveway in my robe and get the paper?
Right. While your robe
just do that. Flip-flops in the middle of winter like an animal.
Right? Like a savage? Seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. I mean, or if you just want to, lounge around in your smoking jacket, have a cigar and some brandy,
Dude, you have no idea how good a cigar sounds. Ever since that one, I had a Steve the other day, I've been like aching for an hour. Actually, he's like, I'm gonna get a hold of you next week, buddy. We might. I was like, oh. If we end up hitting the pavement, Brian, I'll let you know.
Good call.
You can get that bourbon in your life then, or something.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's not forget. It's I saw the first post the other day. It's about time for the old Hop Slam.
Oh yeah, it is that time of year, isn't it?
Yep. So I have to be on the hunt for that to get my, 2 to 3 pints of it for the year.
Yeah, I agree. I will have to be on the prowl as well.
Yeah. I really should, go buy like a 6 of it or something. Savor it. The problem is it's an IPA. You can't really savor it,
No, you got to drink them pretty fresh.
You got to drink them fresh, yeah. So it's like I was looking. I didn't realize we moved some stuff. Because, did I mention on here? Yeah, I mentioned last week about the dog, right? Like how we had the dog.
Yeah. Okay. R.I.P.
When we moved some of her stuff out of where her bed and stuff was, like over by the door there, I had some like beer tucked away in there. I didn't even realize I had. I had like 6 cans of All Day in there, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know how old those are.
Yeah, that could be
as sad as it is, it might be like time to queue up some Boys to Men and pour those some bitches out. Cause
I need to do that at my parents' house actually, because they got some All Day for me. Mm-hmm. And I like cracked one a couple weeks ago, and I was like, this don't taste right. And I looked at the date, and I was like, it was way older than it should have been.
It's like 1942.
Yeah, exactly.
Still comes in the old those weird pull tabs.
Yeah, the pull top ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was no bueno, Brian. No bueno.
Yeah, I saw that over there, and I was like, oh, because at least like with some of the other beers, like I didn't realize, like, I apparently had other beers stashed over there too. Like, I had a couple Dirty Bastards over there too. So,
Right.
but it's like, well, at least with those, I can cook with those.
And those, I mean, as long as it's fairly coolish and not too hot over there, they should be fine.
Yeah,
I think bastard.
Yeah, and they should be.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, like I said, even if I don't drink them, they'll be good for stew making. So
that's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true though.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's been a pretty quiet week. Michelle and I started playing a game this morning that Logan told me about. It's called Divinity 2 Original Sin.
Oh my.
Good googly mooglies at an in-depth RPG.
So video game, right? Just.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Thought so.
Well,
just clearing,
Like, he was telling me about it, and I didn't realize it was on console. And I was like, well, so I pulled it up on Amazon, and it was like, like $20 off or something. When I pulled it up, so I was like, he's talking to me. Oh, so good, Dad, so good. He's playing on Steam,
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like, all right, let me just buy it. And I saw it was 2-player couch co-op. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool.
And rare, also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most
so
RPGs are not 2-player at all. Yeah.
Oh my God, though, man. It took us, I don't know, a long time to basically go through the tutorial level to set up at a story level.
Is the mechanics that deep that it takes all that, or they just made a very robust tutorial?
It's a robust tutorial, and the mechanics are pretty deep.
Okay.
Like for instance, there was oil on the ground, and like Michelle's character was on fire, and she got near it, and all the oil just went.
Oh wow!
And yeah, exactly. And then if you throw like a barrel of water on the fire, it all turns to steam and puts everything.
I don't think that's how oil fires work, but okay.
Well, this is true.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to give me the realism of, standing near oil and it igniting, you should probably, I don't know, whatever. Like, yeah.
It's very robust. It seems like if you really wanted to, you could just sit down and just like deep dive and just make a character. We were just kind of throwing stuff together.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, man. It's pretty fun, but holy shit. It's like, I can see how you can just sit down and just play this for hours and not really advance too far in the game.
Right.
I guess until maybe you get into that flow of playing it.
Can you only play via couch for co-op, or can you play over?
You could play 2-player couch co-op, or you could play 4-player online.
Only 4-player?
Yeah, 4-player max.
No. What I was meaning is, like, if you and I wanted to play, or if I wanted to jump in and play with you guys, or whatever. That's what.
It's like if you wanted to play online.
Yeah.
It couldn't be couch co-op then.
Okay.
Which is weird.
That is weird. All right.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
But it's actually got a kind of a cool little mechanic though, because if like the characters are standing next to each other, you got the whole TV.
Yeah.
And if they drift too far apart, it split screens.
That makes sense. I've played a couple of games where that's happened, and that's how it should be, because you really have different, field of vision at that point. So
yeah, because it's like the same camera angle, like kind of like Diablo. But you can, I can't remember in Diablo if you can control the camera.
Not really.
Yeah,
it's
this you can
much...
swing it all around your character, zoom in and out and all that,
Yeah, it's something I've always kind of wished you could do in Diablo, was control the camera a little better, but, whatever. I mean, I can't bitch about it too much. I love the game, so,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, interesting. Well, I wrote it down because I'm just curious now, because...
Yeah, you should check it out.
It's one of the things I find interesting about, like, whenever they put the PlayStation games on sale, or whatever, not just PlayStation, video games, whatever. Is to, like, when I'm going through last night looking through the Games Pass stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't know what that is. And I look and there's some games I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. Especially when you're like, okay, all I have to do is download it and I can play it.
Yeah, right.
Now I will say this: my only issue with the Games Pass thing is that I don't have unlimited internet, so it kind of sucks for me because I can't. You have to download the game to play it, and it's like I wish there was. This is where the disconnect of like the cloud-based gaming, like Stadia or whatever. Their concept, like, that's where that would be really handy, because if this was all cloud-based, it would be so much better for somebody like me,
Yeah, that doesn't have the unlimited data.
Right, so,
yeah.
But...
I mean, let's be honest, Brian.
It's all right.
we're so close to the year 2020. Shouldn't we all just have unlimited data just because now?
Like we did back when?
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Seriously, if you rewind 10 years, I had not even 10 years. I had unlimited cable or, internet, and I had unlimited minutes and whatnot on my phone, and I have neither now.
Yeah.
And I'm paying more.
Yeah. Which is just super dumb, right?
Something's not right about that. But whatever.
Something ain't right.
What can you do, right?
I don't know, man. Stupid. That's what it is.
Move somewhere where they don't have data caps.
It just feels like the internet. I mean, I know everyone's been trying to fight for the internet as a utility and not as a luxury.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. I do too, considering how entwined it is in everybody. Well, not everybody, but most people's lives now,
Yeah, for sure, right?
So, yeah. But that is, I noticed Fluffy Bunny Ash has the PlayStation, I forgot what it's called, PlayStation's...
their thing.
Yeah, their version of the Games Pass thing.
Yeah, they just dropped the price monthly for that, too.
Yeah. And either one of them, I honestly think, is a really... I mean, because like on Xbox, $15 a month, you get Xbox Live Gold and the Games Pass.
Right.
So that's a strong deal. The problem is I just don't have that money all the time. Plus, unfortunately, most of the people I would play games with don't have Xboxes. So, you know, it's why, honestly, I was looking at it the other day and I was kind of like, man, I might sell this thing. And then I was like, there's always going to be a few games that you're like, yeah, but then I can't. Like, I regret so much that I sold my Nintendo systems.
Yeah.
Like I miss playing Nintendo, the Nintendo games, Mario Kart and Smash Brothers and, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you need a Smash Brother fix, Brawlhalla is super close.
Which you mentioned, and I do have that. So, but you know what I'm saying is it's still like, how it is. Like you want to play. Like honestly, I'm sitting here last night and I was actually looking at Nintendo 64 prices on eBay. Because,
really?
Yeah, because it's like I want to play Dr. Mario. I miss playing, the Mario Kart on there was pretty strong, even though Super Nintendo one is my favorite one, but the one on 64 is really good too. And then obviously some other games, but it was No Mercy. Oh, dude, for sure. I would totally buy that again in like 19 memory cards. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But then, you start looking and you see how expensive those games and stuff are, and you're like, Jesus Christ. It's like,
right?
It's not as bad as buying a new console, Well, maybe now because they're $200, but they're still less than that for a 64 and stuff. But
you know what I've actually been looking at, but it's out of my price range right now. But I've been looking at some of those VR systems, like the Oculus, and all that.
Yeah. There's a few of the games that look pretty awesome. Yeah. Like I saw Borderlands has got a VR, and I'm like, oh, I bet that'd be weird to play, And I saw there's going to be a new Half-Life that's all VR.
Right.
And I was like, that might be really cool. But again, it's like,
I mean, for the PlayStation VR, you're basically buying another PlayStation system.
Yeah.
And for the Oculus ones, I want to say they're like $400 for the Oculus Go, which the Go is cool.
Yeah.
Because it's wireless. It's just self-contained. Right. You don't have to have it hooked to a computer. But I hear the graphics aren't that great.
Yeah.
It's like, so.
I think the problem that they're going to run into is if you look up like VR headset or whatever, there's like 8 bajillion different ones out there, And it's like the problem still runs into like how some of the games are exclusive to this headset or this headset. I think I when I heard about the Half-Life one, I heard that it's like for any of them. Like it's compatible with any, basically.
Right.
And it's like, that's really how these games need to come out. Unless they're owned by the studio. You know, like if there's a new Halo one or something, obviously that's going to be a Microsoft Studios thing, But, yeah. I'm really interested because I haven't got to play it, but I'm also very curious to see if my shitty left eye will hurt my ability to play those or not.
Well, I just saw like some article or something about this. It's like a 90-year-old great grandma or something that she has this degenerative eye disease.
Yeah.
She's got a real hard time seeing, and her grandson got her to get on his VR system and put her on Google Earth, where you can walk around and look at shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she could see everything.
And
she was like, I haven't seen stuff like this in years.
Oh,
and
awesome.
She went to saw her old house and stuff,
Yeah.
and
that's really awesome for that. Especially that's using it for the right thing,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's technology at its best right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of those feel good moments in technology.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah. Well, because what I worry about is I don't have as good peripheral vision in my left eye as I do my right eye. So if anything's coming from the side, I have a harder time seeing it.
Well,
so
I think you'd be all right because it's pretty much just a flat
just
screen
in front
of you.
Yeah, okay. I haven't used any, so I don't know. The
As
last
far as
VR anything I put on my face was fucking Virtual Boy.
Oh my god!
In 1842 or whenever they were invented.
Immediately got a neck cramp because that thing weighed 80 pounds.
So true. What a piece of shit that thing was.
Wasn't that the thing that was all red? It was red and black.
Yeah.
Oof. Virtual Boy. God damn you, Nintendo. Sometimes you hit a home run. Sometimes you just fly out.
Yeah, sometimes you hit a home run. Sometimes it's the Power Glove. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you break your bat and it goes straight into the orphanage section.
That's a rough go right there.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess since we're talking technology, I got to ask you, Brian, what do you think of the Cybertruck? The Tesla Cybertruck that was debuted last week.
Dude, my favorite thing I saw was somebody mocked up to where it looked like it was like a 4-year-old's drawing. And it's, did you see that one?
Yeah.
There's this Cybertruck and it says Elon age 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
And I was like, that nails it right there for me, is that it really does look like something when you're a kid. You're like, this is so cool and futuristic, and realistically it looks like a bad truck drawing on South Park.
Yes.
Oh man, if it was tied to a movie, if that had been in I don't know, the newest Blade Runner or something, maybe you could, I think the hope was that and it really, I've seen it compared a lot to this online too, which is that it's I think they were maybe hoping for the new DeLorean kind of thing, hey, this is cool and different, but yeah.
Well, what's crazy about it though?
Huh.
Is I think they said production for the single engine is going to start in 2021, and the dual and the tri-engine is 2022.
Okay.
They already have 187,000 orders.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So to submit, to procure an order, you had to put $100 down.
Oh, that's it?
Which it says it's a refundable deposit. But that's almost $19 million they made the last week just on a truck that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. Oh man, I hope. So so my question would be is there anything guaranteeing that money, or is?
I don't know.
What if they never put this truck out?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it'll come out.
It looks goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
But if you look at the stats behind it, it's because I had to look.
Yeah.
And it was if you get the highest model, the tri-engine or whatever, it goes from 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds, which is stupid.
Wow.
But it's got a 500-mile range and it can tow 14,000 pounds.
I'm assuming battery powered, right? Because
Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah. All electric. That's why it's
yeah.
I want to like it, but I don't like the way it looks.
That design is so bad. It's just, yeah, it's just too angular for my taste. So
yeah. And plus, how great was that display of their bulletproof glass?
Oh, dude, what a fuck up! Man,
I loved it because he broke, or I don't know who his assistant or whatever it was. Broke the driver's side window. And he's like, well, maybe not so hard on the other one. Broke that one.
Yeah.
And then Elon just kind of shrugs. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, right. If I didn't know any better, I'd almost swear that this was a big prank kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is. And I think it's just, there's nothing wrong. It's the old moonshot theory, right? You just shoot for the moon, and just hope you get there.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I know for the very base model, I think it was like $30-some thousand, which for an all-electric truck
is really cheap, actually. Yeah.
Most mid-sized trucks rank about that much anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'll tell you there's two things I see when I look at it, honestly. And the first is, and again, this has been all over the internet, and I completely agree with this, the warthog from Halo.
From the Halo warthog.
Got a lot of that design to it, which if they modded it a little bit, could be kind of cool. But
did you see when someone slipped it onto the cover of Cruisin' USA Nintendo 64?
No, I didn't.
It fits right in.
Oh man. That's, it's funny because, it's the internet giveth and the internet taketh away, like there's so much stuff like this that you just want to sit all day and look at all of these things.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man. But the other thing I see every time I look at it is an El Camino.
Oh yeah, kind of, right?
But whatever.
But not as cool and stylish as El Camino.
No, I'd rather have an El Camino. There's something about it. Well, I mean, the style. Put that body on the Tesla. But the weird part to me, too, is like with all the angles and stuff, you notice like cars tend to be sleeker and sleeker and sleeker as the years go on.
Yeah.
And this is definitely not sleek as far as like round and, all those kind of things. So it's like, it's interesting to me how most cars have gotten away from real sharp angles, for drag reasons or whatever, just design aesthetics, whatever it is. So I wonder what made him go that way. Like, I'd really like to sit down with the designers on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Also, do you know what I want to know? What I want to see is the rejected designs for this.
Right. What was Homer's car called?
Yeah, right. Like, it's tough. I mean, like you said, it's really an interesting idea. And part of me wonders, I was talking before about, I think I talked on here about how for a long time companies didn't realize the power of the internet in that you could go, hey, here's a thing we're thinking about, and people will go boo or or love it, or well, they'll boo it either way, but yeah,
because the internet,
right. But the Sonic movie is a perfect example. They were like, hey, how's this cool Sonic trailer look? And everyone was like, horseshit. And they were like, okay, we'll spend all this money to reshoot it. And it looks so much better than it did before. And I wonder if with this, they'll change any of the design of it, or if there will be any sort of customization, like that you can get to, I don't know. The other thing is, I'd like to see it in some other colors too. I think that might help.
Yeah, not just that gunmetal gray.
Yeah, like seeing it in black might look badass. I don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. Maybe it'll look cooler, like it can't hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
I got to see it in that green, like the warthog, though.
Yeah, warthog green would be sick, actually.
For sure. Somebody needs to buy one of those and mod that thing into a warthog. Even, with or without the gun, I don't care. But...
yeah, somebody's gonna do something like that. You know that.
If we had the money, it'd be us. But yeah,
it's just such a goofy looking thing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'd be curious to know what sort of options it has, like in the interior and stuff. Because like that Tesla SUV, it has like the gull-wing doors and all kinds of crazy shit. So I'd be curious to know if this has anything weird like that. The
other thing I'd like to know is apparently there's a back seat in this thing, and the way it's angled, it looks like you could not be very tall and sit in that back. So I'm very curious. A lot of cars, they don't look like, once you get inside, you're like, oh wow, this is a lot roomier than I thought it was going to be, kind of a thing, So I'm curious how it's designed with that sharp angle right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, now I'm looking at it, it's definitely got a back seat.
Yeah.
I don't know, right? Brian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It boggles the mind, my friend.
Yeah. Good old Cybertruck.
I love the name too, because that's so. That is so something that would have come out in the 80s. Like I said, it basically, like, if it was Blade Runner type related, it would fit perfectly. Like, you know, like in the 80s, be like, the truck of the future, Cybertruck.
Cybertruck.
And everybody would have went stupid for it back then. And I don't mean, like, forgetting the electric part. Like, just the design. People would have been like, it's so futuristic. Meanwhile, it isn't. You know,
yeah.
Most of the stuff that was futuristic in the 80s, if you get to now, it's like, wow, that looks like it's 30 years old.
Well, I mean, like, it looks like it could be any, like police vehicle in, like, a RoboCop movie.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, I just don't know.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. Like I said, who knows, you know? Because if you look at a lot of cars when they show the proto to the final design, a lot of times there's a lot of changes because I think a lot of them are like at the car shows. They're like, here's the blah, blah, blah prototype. And people are like, you know, so then they'll change it and whatever. So I'm curious to see how stuck on this design they are, you know, or like I said, if maybe they have a few options so it looks a little different or I don't know. I'll be very curious to see by the time it actually hits. Not so much right away, you know, because the first ones you assume are going to be, you know, pretty stock, you know.
Right.
But after that, like, that's when I'll be curious. Because, you know, it's like with Jeeps. It's like one of the reasons people love Jeeps is because there's like a bajillion different parts that you can customize your Jeep with, basically.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They are the Lego of the car world, you know? Like
that's pretty accurate.
Expensive and plenty of modifications optional.
Well, I just found this little thing that's 7 funky features from the Cybertruck.
All right.
So it lights up, which whatever. It's got like an LED light bar as the headlights, and it's got one up on the windshield for off-road driving.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Made from a space-age material.
Oh, damn it.
So 6 sheets of solid. It's the same steel used on the SpaceX starships.
Okay.
I guess it's claimed it can withstand a 9mm firearm. It's supposed to be scratch and dent resistant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did see in the video they hit it with a sledgehammer and it did look fine.
Okay. That would be, that's interesting because if you have just the physics of it, you know, like if you have 2 things and they both have like crumple areas and they hit the part of, they're supposed to crumple to kind of, you know, protect you.
That's very true.
So if one stays solid and the other crumples, does one just basically become like a hammer to a can? Like, you know, that worries me a little bit.
From what I understand, cars crumple so the people inside stay safe.
Exactly.
When the cars don't crumple, the people inside tend to.
Right. That's why I was like,
That's a very good point, Brian.
But the military grade stuff, I would assume, is built that way too, to withstand a lot of things. Right. So, you know, there's got to be something to it. It's just probably my like rudimentary understanding of it. If it's made out of space age materials, I mean, clearly it's. I mean,
space age materials.
Yeah. Does it write upside down?
Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't have a steering wheel. It's got a yoke like an airplane.
Oh, that's going to be weird for some people.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the picture of it. It's like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like got 2 handles connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. It's got quote unquote wings because it's got a, it's got the, you know, truck bed, and the truck bed can open up into a trunk. And then it's got a frunk under the hood. It's got a front truck because it doesn't have an engine.
Right, because batteries, yeah.
And then along the sides, like the angles back by the truck bed, those open up like butterfly wings. That's more storage.
Okay. I mean, I like all that stuff, you know, but a lot of the trucks now have similar features.
Right.
They don't have frunks, but
they don't have frunks.
Frunk sounds like something that you would buy at like IKEA, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like something you'd call like an angry lady. She's being very frunky. You know?
Yes.
It's got a cover that goes over the truck bed that retracts into, it like self-retracts in and out in between the bed and the cabin, and it's strong enough you could apparently walk on it.
Okay.
And this is an interesting one. It has you can buy it with an optional Cyber Quad electric ATV that will fits into the truck bed, and apparently the tailgate turns into a ramp. Like a ramp extends out of the tailgate, which is kind of cool.
That's useful, yeah.
And then it's got an air suspension system that'll actually squat the back end down so you can get it in easier.
Okay. That's really convenient, yeah.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
It's a 6-passenger because the armrest in the front could be turned into a seat.
Okay.
So yeah, you can fit 3 across both ways.
All right.
And then it's also going to offer a camping package that will have a tent that goes over the truck bed.
To make it look like a Pontiac Aztec?
Basically, kind of does, actually. And
cool.
It'll have a raised sleeping floor for the bed and a slide-out electric stove that runs off the battery.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't mad at that. You know, the idea of it being able to be used for camping isn't terrible because it keeps you up off the ground.
Yeah, well, it's funny because you're mentioning Jeeps because a lot of people use Wranglers for the same thing. I've seen tents for Jeeps that they like go above the Jeep itself.
Yeah,
you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think. I mean, that's the thing is like Jeeps. You know, one of the few doing that for a lot of these cars, and it's like I'm kind of surprised nobody else has really jumped into that because there's so much money there.
Yeah, right.
You know? I mean, there are others obviously, but you know what I mean. Like Jeep is known for that. It's one of the reasons people love them.
Oh, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
What can I say?
It's a Jeep thing. I don't understand.
It is a Jeep thing.
Yeah.
But as for my week, because I had to talk about Cybertruck,
right?
I don't really have a whole lot for my week, but I do have a couple news items.
All right.
If we want to get down on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of them was submitted by our friend and fan of the show, West Coast Style Garrett himself.
West Coast Style.
Yeah. He dropped in our little kick group we have.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Brian? Do you remember how last year we were talking about goofy ass candy canes?
Yes.
Yeah,
because we were looking for macaroni and cheese ones, right?
Yeah, well, they back with additional ones.
Of course they are.
They have Hamdy canes.
Oh my god.
They've got kale candy canes.
Ugh. They've
got pizza candy canes.
Oh, can you imagine? Like, fake pizza taste is one of the worst things.
It's one of the worst.
Oh, it's going to be so bad, probably.
Of course, the mac and cheese candy cane comes back.
Do they have a mac and cheese with bacon candy cane yet?
They do not. That's those bastards.
Yeah.
They've got the Krampus candy cane, which I'm not 100% sure what this means.
It tastes like Krampus's, like
Grundle? It's in a black. They're like black and red. They look quite evil. That's kind of cool.
Probably tastes like his Grundle. Yeah.
Probably. They've got pickle candy canes.
Okay.
And bacon candy canes.
Of course. Yeah.
And they have, which could be my personal favorite, the Clamdy cane.
Oh, God. Are there bourbon candy canes? Because that's what I want.
I mean, there's probably if there's a market for this shit, there's definitely a market for that.
Even if they weren't like actually boozy ones, but I could see like a rum one, and like
a butter rum, or
right?
rum cake candy cane, or
an old
anything that's not a Clamdy cane.
Oh God, gross. An old fashioned candy cane, delicious.
That'd be good. I'm clicking on the Krampus because I gotta see what's up.
Yeah, you do that.
It's black and red candy canes, fire and brimstone flavored.
Okay, so it's cinnamon and black licorice, I'm guessing.
I don't know,
because I'm trying to think of something that has like a burnt taste.
Says Santa visits good kids that brings present. Krampus visits naughty kids that brings punishment. Let's face it, even naughty people like this candy. Krampus is the anti-Santa Claus of the Alpine Germanic tradition. And even he might appreciate these candy canes. This set of 6 fire and brimstone, smoky cinnamon. There you go.
Okay.
Candy canes are a perfect thing to put on your tree to encourage your children to be good or else. I do love the like bullet points for this.
Yeah.
Set of 6 black and red, 5 1/4 tall, fire and brimstone flavored candy canes. packaged so beautiful you might not open them. Threaten kids into good behavior.
Nice. Well, here we go. Looky there. Candy cane bourbon or bourbon candy canes.
Perfect.
Woodford Reserve candy cane, right from woodfordreserve.com.
Oh, Woodford Reserve? Oh, huh?
For sure. Oh, no, never mind. It's a drink where you garnish with a candy cane. That's not what I want. I want an actual candy cane that's bourbon. God damn it. Not a bourbon nog one. Gross. Clam flavored ones. Right. Also gross. Dude, these are for dogs. I just saw one that said, it says premium pork chomps. And they're candy canes, but they're for dogs, I guess.
Yeah, I'd probably buy that. It sounds good.
I mean, I'd try it. No, I would not.
All right, do you want to hear the bullet points for the clamdy canes?
Yes.
Set of 6 gray and white candy canes, 5 1/4 tall with clammy flavoring.
Whoa.
Clams and Christmas together at last. Your whole family will clamor for them.
Oh, no. No, they won't. I'll tell you what, though. Again, if I saw them in the store, I'm not trying one, but I certainly would be taping one to everyone's gift.
Oh, absolutely. It says, from the personified clam on existence of the clam taste, you wonder how Christmas existed without clamdy canes. They're a candy calamity. We all celebrate holidays in our own way. If your holiday tastes like the sea, this is for you. Add a little extra sand for real clamness.
Yeah, just roll them in some sand. Delicious.
Roll them in some sand.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Man.
The old clamdy cane.
Wow.
So, yeah, there you go. Archie McPhee, candy strikes again.
So many other ways they could have went. Clams, though.
So many.
Like, so you're sitting in the board meeting, and you're like, all right, so we did mac and cheese last year. We got to take it a notch up. What do we got? And people, we got bacon. There's like, it's been done, like, blah, blah, it's been done, And then finally, that one asshole that everybody hates is like, how about clams? And the rest of the room groans. Meanwhile, the CEO turns around with his hands pressed together, like Mr. Burns going, excellent, and goes, I think you're onto something, Johnson.
So, Brian, I went to Archie McPhee's best-selling category.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And they sell way more than just candy, apparently.
Oh. What other flavors of disappointment do they serve?
Well, no, their current number one selling thing, apparently, is called the Pagan Breakfast God Mask.
What?
And it's a mask where... I should just send you the link.
You should.
But it's a mask where the eyes are fried eggs. It's got a piece of butter, bacon, and then or buttered bread, and then it's got bacon. So it looks like it's fucking insane.
Wow. All right. Wow.
Yeah. They also have fried chicken candy on what I just noticed.
Wow.
Just to let you know.
I just don't understand some of this stuff, right?
Is the devil.
Like, you know how, when there's just different foods or whatever that'll come out and they'll be like, oh, it's this flavored or whatever, and people are like, and it's like, just eat the actual food. Like, I get candles, right?
Right.
Like, if you want your house to smell.
God mask.
All right. If you want your, oh my God, that's ridiculous. Almost looks like a crab on his head. But it's like, like with candles, I get it. If you want your house to smell like fried chicken, I get it. But
right.
But it's like, what I want is a candy cane, but I'm tired of the mint ones. What I need is more fried chicken taste in my life or whatever it is.
I definitely need more fried chicken.
Then go have fried chicken.
Yeah, right.
Stop it with this stuff.
Wow, I might have to peruse this website sometime just to see what's doing.
I'll tell you what would be interesting is the only problem I saw with some of their stuff is it's more than I would want to spend on stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
What's too bad is if they had a sampler with a bunch of different products in it, that would be awesome. Because I would love for us to be able to do a sweet and salty language on some of these.
Oh my God, yeah, it would be pretty great, wouldn't it?
So if they sent us free clamdy canes, would you try one?
I would try one.
Man, I don't know.
Oh, they do have a surprise treasure box.
How much is it?
$20.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. It contains over $45 worth of awesomeness.
Yeah, I doubt that. Unless they're putting $45 in it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh boy.
You should reach out to them, see if they'll send us a sampler.
Yeah, right. For sure. Oh wait, they have underpants? I'm clicking.
Hopefully they're all edible.
Oh, these are silly underpants.
Oh, all right.
They've got underpants and they're underwear for your hands.
Oh, I've seen those. Jesus.
What in the fuck is happening here?
Yeah. Well, when you don't want to get your hands dirty, I don't know. Whatever. That's what gloves are for, but whatever.
Yeah. All right, I got to get off this website. I'm just going to go down a rabbit hole and just be looking at everything.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, we got that going for us, Brian.
All right.
I got some Michigan news for you.
Okay.
Did you hear about that shooting and like 2 officers got shot in Monroe?
Yes.
It was like some sort of goofy ass thing in an apartment and whatever.
Right.
Did you catch the dude's name that did the shooting?
I did, because I had to look at it twice to make sure that it wasn't like a joke kind of a thing or a mistake. Yeah.
All right. So here's what, it was like, police responded to a thing. It was an apartment building. Chased, I don't know, multiple gunshots. Officers returned fire. Yada, yada, yada. What gets me is a 40-year-old man was the shooter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
40 years old, Brian.
Yeah.
The Lion King was not out 40 years ago.
Correct.
40 years ago.
Correct. It came out
when he would have been named.
Right.
Because this man's name is Simba Lion.
Yeah.
That's what confuses me.
Simba lying about his real name.
Something, right?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Because if like he was named after the Lion King came out, like, okay, I get it.
Right.
Someone like the Lion King, whatever.
A little too much, yeah.
Hakuna Matata, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Means no worries.
Yeah, so he's going to be worrying about all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
now.
He's got a lot of worries.
2 officers.
Yeah. I'm sure that he's going to have a fun time.
But yeah, I just don't understand where that name came from.
Clearly, he's a man who saw the Lion King and
Maybe
liked his name. Yeah, I guess. But why would you go with Simba Lion? Why wouldn't you just change your name to Simba?
What's the definition of Simba?
That's a good question. But you know what I mean? Like, why the lion part? Why not?
I don't know, right?
Yeah. Unless that actually is his last name by chance. I guess that is possible.
I mean, maybe, right? What are the odds, though, right?
Oh,
wow. So the meaning of Simba is lion.
So his name is Lion.
His name is Lion.
It's like when people name their kid John Johnson or something like that.
Yeah, right?
Like you said, though, there's no way this dude was named Simba. I mean, I guess there's a chance.
There's a chance.
But it's really...
his last name might be Lion, and someone's been like, let's call him Simba. Because Simba means lion. And then the Lion King came out, and his kid probably got that shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A bunch of wildebeest show up at his house, kill his dad, and laugh. Or hyenas,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, point, laugh. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. No king. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Simba Lion, which we did. The people need to know. That's all I'm saying. The people need to know.
The sad part is that, like, the part that people kept talking about was dude's name, and it was like, the circumstances of that are pretty terrible,
Yeah, they're very terrible.
So, yeah, that's a real shame there that, but that's typically how it is, right? The asshole that shoots people gets the notoriety instead of, the people who were brave enough to go do their jobs and try to make sure some maniac wasn't shooting up a building or something,
Right, exactly.
Jeez.
I got one more that I just felt like I had to talk about.
Okay.
I mean, I know I like rock and rye. I know you like rock and rye.
For sure. Yeah.
There's these 3 gentlemen in Alabama that must have liked rock and rye or some other Faygo flavor. Because these boys took a chain, hooked it up to their Ford pickup, wrenched the door off a convenience store that was closed, and stole a 12-pack of Faygo.
That's all they stole?
That's all they stole.
So they committed a felony to steal 12 Faygo.
Yeah, for a 12-pack of Faygo down in Alabama. Wow. Wrenched the door off the front of the building for what is quote-unquote all that work for a 12-pack of something that costs maybe $3.
Yeah, I was just going to say a 12-pack's like $2.99 maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just got to know, like, what flavor do you think was that important?
I mean, for me, it'd have to be Rock and Rye.
That's Rock and Rye, right?
Yeah, no question. Although I'm not just stealing one unless that's all there was.
True.
I mean, if I'm going to break in and steal it.
We're like, God damn, there's only one left.
Yeah. Well, Skeeter, gonna get it.
But, I mean, they could have grabbed, like, some, Red Pop. You can't go wrong Red Pop.
No, I ain't mad at most of Faygo stuff. I just...
They got a legit ice cream soda?
Yeah.
Ohana meets family. God damn it.
Yeah, that's right. Whether it's the lemonade or the fruit punch.
Exactly.
They have another one, too. There's another Ohana. I think it's like peach or something.
That's weird.
Yeah, it can go right
That's
down.
That's not even remotely Hawaiian.
No. I don't know. It might be pineapple. It probably is pineapple. That would make
pineapple
more sense.
Would make sense to me.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I'm too enamored with, looking to see if they have Rock and Rye.
I don't blame you. Yeah. Rock and Rye's the shit.
Yeah. Wow, for one 12-pack, though.
One 12-pack.
They must have really had a thirst for it, or they really needed some Faygo for a Juggalo situation.
They might have been high as fuck.
Probably.
Just kind of caught like a glimpse of that, like, delicious Faygo packaging through the dark window.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I haven't had some grape in a long time.
Oh man. See, that's the thing now is I want to know what flavor it was, because
I know it doesn't say, unfortunately.
Because I want to know, because like, what is it that they fiended for so badly that they had to steal a 12-pack?
Yeah, they had to break a building.
Yeah. Couldn't you just go to another store and buy some? Oh, well, depends on where you're at in different areas, I guess. Maybe nothing.
Depends on how thirsty you are.
Well, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
so
like
there's 3 of them too, so that's 4 cans apiece. I mean, they're not really hitting it hard.
No, that's why I said I'm surprised they didn't grab, more than that. Like, no pork.
Anything, like a package of beef jerky.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A package of pork rinds or chips or something, whatever. No, maybe they were good on that.
Get that Faygo, son.
They were sitting around staring at the bug zapper and, what sounds good? Rock and Rye.
Rock and Rye there, Cletus.
Yep. But the general store
truck. Let's go.
The general store done closed up.
No, we don't need no clerks officiating over us. We're getting our Rock and Rye there, Cletus.
I got a truck and a chain that says I can get in.
All the keys we need.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Wow. Well, I hope they got to enjoy their Faygo.
I hope so too. I mean, as far as I can tell, they have not been caught yet.
Oh shit, they're on the loose?
Oh man.
Shit.
Or check them recycling centers. Whoever's got 12 cans of Rock and Rye or whatever.
Right. Lock up your Faygo, people.
Yeah, hide your kids. Hide your Faygo flavor here.
You hear the old police knock on the door, the boom, 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 boom. We know you got that Faygo in there. We coming in. Like, oh shit! Drink them. Like,
yes. Drink them.
Like it's like Coke. You're gonna, or cocaine. Like you're gonna flush it down the toilet instead. You're just drinking it instead. They rip the door off, and you're like tapping the can to get that last drop of Rock and Rye out of there.
Yeah, exactly. One guy's trying to hammer a can of Moon Mist into his ass.
As one does. Yeah.
As one does.
Yeah. Now I'm assuming you actually meant with a hammer that into his ass.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure you didn't mean like butt chug.
No, his buddy's like golf swinging right into it.
He's trying to keister it.
Yeah,
he's got a 3 liter. He's trying to keister.
Oh God, I forgot they sold those 3 liters.
I haven't seen one around here in a long time, but they used to sell 3 liters of Faygo around
I don't know
here.
if it's a bottle bigger. They also had like that wide mouth.
Oh my god, the opening to that thing was huge, man. It was like the size of a pill bottle, basically.
That would have been the perfect like trucker piss bottle, just because it's so gigantic.
Yeah.
It's got that big wide mouth.
That's what you aim for when you got to piss, a big wide mouth.
I mean, it's true.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, those. Dude, I remember I used to get those too, and they were like back in the day. You know, back when like Pepsi and Coke and all those were like 79 cents. I think it was like 89 cents for a 3 liter. It was like, yo, I can get a whole nother liter for 10 cents.
Yeah, exactly. That was always crazy to me.
Fuck you, Coke. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a Faygo fan for that reason.
Yeah, me too. I still am at times. Like sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, you stop off at a gas station and you'll look and be like, man, I get 24 ounces of Faygo, you know, for less than 20 ounces of the other.
Hell yeah, man.
I know
Hell
math.
yeah.
More for less or more for the same? Sign me up.
Too bad them juggalos kind of, put a bad name on it.
Yeah, but in fairness, if it wasn't for them, who knows if it would still exist, you know?
That's true. That's true.
I feel like at this point they should own stock.
Yeah, right.
It'd be weird. Imagine go to buy Faygo and ICP all over the bottles, you know?
That would be weird.
They start naming them after their terrible music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the, magnets, how's that even work? Cream soda or something?
Yes.
Ugh.
Enough of that.
Yeah, enough of that.
Well,
that's all I got news-wise on my end.
I got what's either and I doubt this is the case, but it's either a shut up and take my money or it isn't.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go with this. And we'll go from there.
I'm introducing a new segment called Shut Up and Take My Money or Just Shut Up. I saw an ad for this on Instagram the other day, and I hate clicking on damn ads, but I had to because I was like, what the fuck is this? There's a product out called Go Dice.
Okay, I'm interested.
It is, the concept of what it is cool, but how they're marketing and selling it is the part that I'm like, yeah, no. All right, so it's, here, let me send you the link real quick, because I meant to do it while we were talking about the last thing and forgot. It's basically, it's a tube with dice in it, and you can get like 5 or 6 dice, but apparently it will also hold 20-sided. And each of the dice has like basically, I forgot what it is. It's not a battery, it's something else that basically each one will charge in 10 seconds. And when paired with an app, basically you can just pick up the 5 dice, like say you're playing Yahtzee. You pick up the 5 dice and you just roll them, and it will automatically register what the dice landed on. And it will actually flash a thing on the screen like if you cheat. Which I thought was funny. Yeah. And like I said, I think they said it gets like an hour charge in 10 seconds per die. Which the downside is you have to charge one, then charge one. I mean, it doesn't take very long, but it's still too bad you can't just like put them all in the thing and it charge all of them.
Yeah, you'd think almost like if you could put them all in that tube or whatever.
Yeah. But basically the tube is just a carrying case / the bottom part of it, this white part of it is the charger.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then, they've got a bunch of apps that pair with it. Like they've got a Yahtzee game, Farkle, a poker game, and other games. And like I said, from what I was reading, it sounds like it's going to be like D20 compatible at some point or whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. It's like there's a lot of stuff where they're like, how can we make something like a board game digital, basically? And it's like, well, this way, I guess, all you need is one set of dice and you have all these games you can play, right? And I'm sure there'll be more games down the road. So for that, I was like, that's cool because almost somebody's got a tablet, Either someone brings it with them or somebody there already has one, whatever. So it's not a matter of, oh, nobody has a tablet, But then I get down to the bottom, which is what they're charging for these. And I know the whole concept is, well, you won't need score sheets anymore, and you can this and this, and it automatically keeps score, so all you have to do is roll the dice, and it's got a bunch of cool stats and stuff if you're into that, which I would be. But,
right,
dude, the retail on this is $119.
Yeah, for dice.
For 6 dice a charging case, which is the tube thing I talked about, and 10 games on like the iPad, which means basically you'll probably have to buy any games past that, which is fine.
Right.
You don't, whatever. That's, cost of doing business there. But like if you pledge in order to get the product, the lowest pledge they have is $69 to get what I just told you.
Right.
So that's an amazing savings of 42% off plus $5 shipping. And it comes out in a year. Like, doesn't come out till September of next year. And I was like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, holy shit, And then you see that they were shooting for $25,000 to get their money. They have $141,710 pledged as of when I loaded this page. They still have almost 2 months to go on this thing.
Yeah, I think they're going to be fine if their goal.
Holy shit! I can't believe that many people are like, "This is a great idea." Like, I can get it for traveling, but even then, It's like, dude, seriously, if you're playing dice games, there's a lot of dice games you can play that all you need literally is any sheet of paper.
Now, you know what I wonder?
Plus, there's apps for all of these. You can just play these on your phone. They have apps on the iPad where you can play with, like, the Monopoly that they have becomes the board. And everybody that's there plays. Like, you hit a button and it rolls the dice and moves, So, anyway.
See, I wonder, though, like, dice purists, because, they give, like, a exploded view of the inside of the dice. Like, oh, it's got these little sensors and shit in it.
Yeah.
No, like, the dice purists they don't want dice that aren't balanced.
That's actually one of the questions in the FAQ.
Now, okay.
From what the video because I watched their little, promo video, the promo video says that whatever the company name is that's making this is known for making very complicated electronics and very small items. So I guess they made some cube thing last year that was like a big seller. So, it looks like there's a track record of a good company there. I just can't get my head around spending $70, let alone $120 for 5 dice.
Yeah.
That's literally all you're really getting out of it. How much are these apps going to cost normally? I can play a Yahtzee game. I have one on my phone that's free.
Yeah, right.
The actual Yahtzee app, I believe, is free, or it's like $1.99 or something. It's cheap. Like, okay, their 10 apps at $2 a piece would be $20, I still can't spend $40 on dice, like that.
No. And that, and it's like, I see their gamer package, like, okay, it has these little things you can clip over the dice and make some 20-sided dice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like yesterday I was playing D&D with my kids. I had a D6, a D8, a D10.
Right.
A D4 and a D20 were all the dice I needed for my character.
Right.
So, what are you doing?
Well, not to mention in those situations, I just don't see how it's going to work as well for like D&D or something,
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to have their own sheets and stuff. So what's the point of, I mean?
I could see if they could figure out a way to make all those different kind of dice, and then you're like playing online with people, and you could roll your dice, and there's absolutely no cheating.
That I'll give
that
you.
Way.
That I will give you. I hadn't considered that. You're right.
Yeah.
That would be a good use for it. But even then, the price, I still can't. Like, if this was $20, I'd be like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, it is. I think the technology behind it's neat. The concept behind it, like I said, I could see people going, you know what, we go camping a lot. Let's do this, because then we don't have to carry a bunch of shit. We can just carry, we're taking the iPad anyway, or whatever,
Right, yeah.
So, or traveling, not just camping, but traveling in general,
Yeah, for sure.
Or you're going to a party, you just take your iPad and a thing of dice, and you've got different games you can play. I don't know, man. I'm curious. If anybody listening has, a pro opinion of this, I'd love to hear it, because I just don't get it,
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I get the idea behind it, but at the same time, I'm just like a traditional dude. Like, if I'm playing Yahtzee, I'll play Yahtzee.
Yeah, I guess maybe, I don't know. It's like we grew up in households, though, that like always had dice, and not just for like D&D, like, because of Yahtzee or my mom used to play Bunko, or there was a game called 10,000 she used to play a lot. Like just various dice games that we just had or didn't even have. Most of them were just all you needed was dice and a knowledge of the game, and you could keep scoring everything. And I know that's the other thing. Like really, the anti-cheating part of this might be the best part of it.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't care about keeping score. It's, I can write down 25. And, like, I love in the video because it's like, no more calculating. And I'm like, oh, my God. How hard is it to calculate most dice games?
Yeah, exactly, right.
Like, if you can't calculate when you're playing Yahtzee, I mean, unless you have some, medical reason or something, it's like, seriously, the highest you have to, the math is not complicated for Yahtzee.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can understand it from cheating purposes, because if it automatically, you just tap whatever it is and then the score goes in there, But like I said, it's pretty simple to just use a pen and write it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. That's why I said I can't decide if I wanted to shit all over this product or if I liked it, because I do think it's a good product. I just think the price point's insane on it. I don't know. But I'm at a loss myself. But then again, 141,000. There's 1,482 backers right now.
Right.
Now that doesn't mean they all want the product. Some people could have just thrown $5 at it and get nothing. But
still.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
So there you go. That's my probably not a shut up and take my money.
I mean, I'm still gonna play that. Followed by a. Because I can't play them at the same time. So. Yeah.
I said I get it. I can see uses for it. To me, though, man, that's got to be, like I said, that's got to be like $25, I think, or less, somewhere in that range. Even if it didn't come, if it came with one app, and then the rest were just available and you could purchase, I'd rather have it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Then get 10 if it brings the price point down. Because it's like one of those things that's like, I can see a lot of people going, I want to try it, but $120, like.
You don't want to try it that bad?
Nope. So,
yeah, exactly.
This is one of those, like, we never do this kind of follow-up, but I would love to go back and see, like, what it finishes at or, whatever. But I'm not going to put that kind of work into it.
Exactly, right?
Right. So, all right, well, you want to do, Dude Mountain, and then I think we're about done here.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, hey, buddy.
All right.
All right, so let's switch our pages. Come on, Nook.
Oh, shit, I forgot. We have one more thing to talk about before we get to this.
Oh, all right, what do we got?
So I pulled up our email today. And
okay.
I noticed in the show email, this is in the spam folder, but I don't know why, because this is clearly, like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 emails in there from the last 2 days that are from AsianDating.com.
Naturally.
The fun part is the very first one says, "Hey, Lydia, stand out from the crowd, add a photo." So apparently we're Lydia now?
Apparently? You mean Lydia from Skyrim, maybe?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, there's 3 different days that it says we have 8 new matches. So, I mean, we're killing it, apparently.
We are killing it, aren't we?
And 2 of the messages, of course, are, hey, you can see more of your messages and whatnot if you pay us money. So.
Oh, yeah. I'll get right on that.
Yeah, whoops. Right after I buy my Go Dice.
Yeah, get right on. Wait, yeah, get on that, too.
Yeah. I always love that with the dating sites. We really care. We want to match you. Oh, but you have to pay us like $40 a month.
Yeah, like I'm good, bro.
Or go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
super good, bro.
We'll tell you got a bunch of likes, but when you pay to see, you'll realize you really don't. That was my favorite one.
Ugh.
Oops, I just clicked delete forever on all of these.
Oh, god damn it, Brian. How are we going to check those out?
If it wasn't that I'm sure that's, right where it should be, meaning the spam folder, I would go do a forgot password and see if I can get into it.
That would be pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I'm totally a Lydia. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't catfish somebody. But it's kind of funny though, because it's like, can you imagine if somebody out there did type in our email address for that for some reason?
Yeah, for some odd reason.
They're sitting at home now, and they're just like, how come I'm not getting any messages?
My God. What the fuck? I thought for sure.
They're like, I typed in saltylanguages@gmail.com. Why didn't I get the message?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever is right.
Good stuff. Yep.
Indeed.
So who knew, Tony? We've got 32 matches to look through now. So.
Oh shit, son.
We got all the messages.
So many matches.
All right, let's do the Dude Mountain thing.
Let's do the Dude Mountain thing.
Dude Mountain.
Oh man. Brian. Let me just say that this house over here, we are both just bathing in the juices of Dude Mountain.
Going to DSW?
Going to DSW. Big time. Although we are tied, I can't switch pages or the theme music will start. We are tied at 69, dude, which is fun.
Nice.
Yeah. The mascot super fight. The D-Gens from up north are in the very bottom of Dude Mountain. Followed by the Salty Bottoms, the Sexy Skeletors at 8, the Ditz and Dan Show, number 7, Hard Pass, the Jackaway Rise are tied at 5.
Yeah.
And Dr. Feelgood up at 4.
Yeah.
Mike Oxmall, he's at number 3. The Underdogs are at number 2, and still dominating Dude Mountain is Madden 16, which is enraging for everybody who's actually trying to win, I assume.
How many points is the lead? I haven't looked.
It's an 8-point lead.
Okay, so it shrunk. It was bigger than that. So.
Yeah, but
okay.
Still.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Still. Wowzer, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, there's your Dude Mountain update, y'all.
Did I tell you that I was at a thrift store and I saw a copy of jeez, I didn't realize the sound drop was playing. Sorry.
No, you're good. A copy of what?
A copy of Madden 16 in the wild, and I pointed, I was telling my brother, I was like, dude, this right here, Prince money.
yeah, for sure. Until you actually try to make real money.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And then it would be straight derail.
If I had money to just throw away, I would do that like next year,
Right.
And just see what happens. So, because this is amazing,
so
weird.
It
doesn't have current rosters. It doesn't know who's actually hurt. And the ratings are way off. There's players that aren't even in that game,
Yeah, it is so weird to me.
It's basically just picking by teams.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I just mind blown. That's all I can say.
Yep.
Mind blown.
That's what I need to do is get into one of those like ESPN leagues, where it's like picking with their experts or whatever, and just have the Madden game pick every week, and then just be like, hey, just so you know, I've just been having this random game that you can pick up at a thrift store for $3. Pick my games.
Yeah, just pick my games, and it's dominating all y'all.
Yeah. How much are you paying these guys?
It's just fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I don't understand it.
It's the magical Madden touch. I don't know. That doesn't sound right at all.
You got the touch. Ding, ding, ding. You got the power.
Although I got to tell you, the whole concept of that really fits with Madden because he was known for using the telestrator a lot.
Oh, yeah, right? It's true.
You got the touch. And it shows him like, boom, whap, and like,
hey.
oh, my. All right. Well, I guess now that that's wrapped up, head on over to saltylanguage.com and check out all the links and pictures and shiny things, and there's buttons and I don't know.
Buttons, you say?
Hidden nudes and I'm not sure of who, but no, probably not. I don't know. There might be. I don't know. Who knows what's over there?
Anything's possible, Brian.
It's true. It's true.
Anything is possible.
Yep. So, yeah, go check out all the stuff over there. You can find the links to the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Network and...
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.
Heyo.
Yeah, you can find links to those, so go check those out and, listen to all the shows on there. After you've listened to all of our episodes.
Well, for sure, right?
Right. Yes.
Because you got stuff.
Yeah. And, yeah, I guess if you want to contact us, you can hit the show up or send us your, whatever that was, asiandating.com emails at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can find the show on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotone. We're also on Instagram at Salty Language. I think it's just Salty Language.
Yeah.
It always fucks me up for some reason.
It's just Salty Language.
Yeah, we're Salty Language Pod on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
In theory, Brian, once this whole housing situation comes through and all that eventually, I should once again have a studio put together, and maybe we can get back to doing the live streaming stuff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say have live nude models, but okay.
Well, yeah, those are the ads I'm going to put out for sure.
Nice.
Just saying.
The old drink and draw at Tony's private studio.
yeah, drink and draw.
It's more drink and leer, but...
yeah, but they're still drinking.
Yeah.
That's really all that matters.
Draw a quick stick figure.
Yeah.
They
stick figure with boobs on it.
Yeah, you're just working furiously the whole time. They come over and it's just a stick figure with boobs where you just keep circling for the boobs.
Just hand me my spirograph.
Yeah. Sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, right?
Alrighty. So, so there you go. If you need any other social medias or whatever from us, they're all on the website. So go to, you can go find them over there if you need to. And,
nice.
Yeah, like we said, if you are pro Go Dice, let me know, because I'm very curious what the selling point is. Like, I just, it doesn't trigger anything for me, so I'm curious.
Triggered.
No.
Oh.
And with that, I guess, I don't know, whatever. Go have a beer, you'll be fine.
Hey, man. Stay salty and stuff.
Get frunky. I got nothing.
Damn Frunk. Have you ever heard of a worse name for something? The front trunk?
I mean, no.
They should have stole it straight from the Brits and just called it the boot.
Yeah, I guess.
The boot and the bonnet or whatever.
Yeah, but it's still American to be like, we're going to make our own word.
Yeah, fucking call it a frunk. So dopey.
The real question is, do you have junk in your frunk? Can frunk become the new thing instead of, gunt is too good of a word. Never mind. It's way too good.
The best word ever.
Yeah,
really.
It's pretty good. Never mind.